All right, everybody, we're down here in Inglewood. What you see behind that bike is a shop full of that style. They're known as Viclasos. Two-wheeled lowriders. They have the striping, the gold leaf, the murals, the chrome, the spoked out wheels, tailpipes. The man behind this bike, the owner, is also the same man behind this building, and we're going to tell you a little story. We'll go inside and we'll tell you a little bit more, but this is his life. This is who he is. Introduce yourself.
How's it going? This is Malo from Junior's Customs, aka Viclasos Motorcycle Show. As you can see, Joe kind of already talked about my bike. It's a Road King 2017. Everything's done by me, mural work and everything. Still got more to do, but you know, we're getting there. We're getting there. It's called MaloThe.
You take this everywhere? Streets and show?
Yes, yeah, I try to. You know, I try to take it as much as I can, but I'm always working, Joe. But yes, when I do ride, this is what I'm riding.
How many bikes do you personally own yourself?
You know, Joe, right now as is, just 3, and this is the only one that's finished.
Because you got to finish everybody else's.
Right. But yeah, this is the only one that's finished. But like I said, I still have a lot more to go. But yeah, I own 3 bikes. But yeah, this is the only one that's rideable right now. Yeah.
All right, let's go do the tour inside.
Let's go check it out. Joe, this is my shop. I've been in business here in Inglewood for about, close to 20 years, to be honest. But as you can see, you know, every rider has a different style. You know, I cater to everybody's different styles. You know, you got tribal design. You know, like on this brown one, this is one of my Samoan homies. So we did Samoan patterns. There are ghosts in there. It's kind of hard to see right now. But, you know, we keep it to a tradition, to their style. So what I do here is I try to incorporate the culture within the person and within the bike, right? So I know a lot of people build bikes, but people's culture and my culture is very important to me. So that's what I do. That's so different from everybody else, you know, but I give it my own flavor, my own style, you know. And we got like these Viclas here that, you know, this was built from the frame up. You know, I just don't paint, you know. I also build. This guy belongs to somebody in the set. You know, as you can see, he's African American. Those are some of his relatives that have been killed through police violence. We got Malcolm X. It's kind of hard to see in here, but, you know, we got Obama. And Ali and other important African American activists, you know. And on this side, we got this motorcycle that was actually painted, and to I guess to how to say, to give respect to the Gypsy Rose. You know, I gave it my style. It's kind of a Gypsy Rose paint, but it's, you know, a little bit my style if you see it. It's about Hollywood, Old Town Hollywood. And, you know, Gypsy Rose was, you know, very iconic, right? So that's what we did. We mixed both things in, and we got a lot of Latina actresses that were part of Hollywood that a lot of people don't know that were Latinas. right? So this is a very important bike, a very special bike to me. And as you can see over here, we got a red Road King. This guy is a fan of when he was growing up of Chespirito. So you guys can see Chespirito there, Chelindrina, Don Ramon, Chapulín Colorado. Like I said, we keep it very, very true to our culture. Everyone's got their style, everyone's got their flavor. And it's an honor of mine to be able to bring these images and this reality, to life for the people. And once again, all work's done by me, graphics, paint, mechanical work, it's all me.
So whatever style of bike, build, theme, they bring it to you and you just create it for them.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's more of it allows me to get to know the client a little bit more, right? What he's about, like this guy in particular, he's from Compton. If you really pay attention to it, the women on here, they're all snakes, they're all devils, right? So I'm pretty sure that has to do something with his life, right? So that's what he wanted on his bike, and that's what we're portraying.
So Malo, business must be good if you do it all. You've got about 15 bikes in here.
Yeah, Joe, I mean, I try not to get too packed in here, so it kind of try to set some dates and work on what I can and cannot work on, but yeah, I do stay busy. Like, for example, this one right here, Joe, we're basically doing a whole build on this one. I'm just mocking stuff up. But this one, my customer, actually, he's from Europe. So money was sent, bike was purchased, and now we're gonna get it built and we're gonna get it ready to ship out once it's done. So I do have people from overseas. As you know, the Lowrider culture and the Viclasos culture is international. Everybody wants a piece of it, right? So yeah, all these bikes are bikes that are gonna get built from the ground up. That's not always the case. Some of them, already come, they just want a paint job, like, then you got style racing bikes, right? This guy in particular likes to pop wheelies and do all kinds of crazy stuff. But yeah, everyone's different, but we try to cater to everybody. At least I try to, But let me show you this one, Joe. So this chopper in particular was, man, it was dead, so we brought it back to life. I built it from the ground up, stripped it all down, painted the frame, did the engine, artwork, and there she is. This is one of the bikes that I want to take to your show, Joe.
The original Lowrider show, less than 2 months now.
That's right. It's going to be at the
in Los Angeles Convention Center. But you're going to have a full-blown exhibit there.
I will. Mostly Viclasos, but I just kind of want to throw in a chopper in there.
Nothing wrong with that.
Obviously, choppers are part of the history, right? And I just kind of gave it my flavor. And, I'm going to have afterlives there. That's what I called her. It's got a long story. I can't talk about it, but there's a reason why she's called Afterlife.
Obviously, we all love choppers. But no one builds them because, not just because they're dangerous to ride, but they are hard to ride. So you've had choppers before, just to go off and build something like this?
You know what? Yeah, when I first started, I would build choppers, bobbers, different style bikes, anything that I could really put my hands on, to be honest, until, the Viclasos, of course, the culture kicked in, it's huge, big. And that's what I, tended to go after, and that's what I fell in love with, So, yeah, the Viclasos culture just keeps on growing and growing and growing. And, I think my job as a shop owner is do what I can to continue to keep that culture alive. You know, not just the Vicla culture, but our cultura as itself, right? And tell the story through these bikes, you know?
Viclasos, they've been around for how long now?
So Viclasos motorcycle show has only been around for 4 years, you know? But through Viclasos, we're able to put the Vicla in the platform where it's, you know, respected and where it's, you know, it deserves, right? So you could tell the story so people could celebrate the culture. Viclasos is a different type of show. You've been there, Joe. You know, we celebrate everything and anything, right, that has to do with our culture. And it's held at the MaloThe Center every year, you know, and June 8th. June 8th is our next Viclasos, you know, and we're looking forward to it. We're gonna, you know, do it in the evening time. We're gonna light it up, you know. As you can see, you know, Viclasos just it's its own entity, you know, and I'm just glad and that you guys still support it, you know, and new faces come, new people from different parts of the country come down, check it out. So it's gaining momentum.
Not long ago, I went down to Long Beach to the museum, and you had an indoor-outdoor fest. You had music. You had everybody. It was all one brotherhood, because there were different motorcycle clubs there that all came to enjoy that day. Right. Indoors and outdoors, you had it themed out with Dia de los Muertos. It's something I've never seen before. Quite the same as a lowrider event that we have, but the only difference were 2 wheels, but everybody had love for what they were driving. I mean, even in the vendor booths, just the captions of some of the clothing lines that were out there was just all great. It was beautiful. And it's all part of the culture. You could see it branched off from low riding because the influence is there. But at the end of the day, we're all artists. It doesn't mean that I know to be a lowrider you have to be slammed on the floor and all that. But then lowriding has grown so big that the influence is everywhere and on anything. It could be on a 240Z now. It could be just about, I've seen Lamborghinis slammed on the floor. Right. I mean, that style is everywhere. And we are all creative artists. And that's why it's so big. It's because we get a chance with no limits to go out there, unimaginable. There's no limits, like I said, and do all the artwork you can, whether it's on a 64 Impala or a Harley Davidson. That style and that form is out there. This is our art. It's just put on different types of canvases. Right. So the 2-wheeled motorcycle Viclaso is considered a lowrider today. And there are many car clubs that even have chapters of motorcycles, and you'll see the plaque at the end representing their plaque. There'll be about 4 or 5 members that have their lowriders but also have their motorcycles. Right. And that continues to grow too.
It does. And you're absolutely right, Joe. Let me tell you a quick story real quick. You know, when I was a little morrito, right, in junior high, my high life would be to go to that local liquor store to see if the new magazine came in. Mm-hmm. And you guys know what magazine I'm talking about, because they had the artwork in there, right? And I wanted to see the new artwork, see what everybody was doing, right? And I would go in there, check it out, because sometimes I didn't have the money to buy it, so I'd stay there all day looking at the artwork, right? But when I did have the money to buy it, I would buy this magazine, take it home, trace it, copy the artwork, and to see how people did the Chicano style art, right? And I used to do this so often that obviously, you know, now later on in life, you know, I got my own style and I do what I do, right? But it started off with that, the lowrider, right? So, you know, what, 30, 40 years later, you know, this is what I do for a living, right? So that's how important lowriding is to our culture. You know, I could tell you about it because I lived it.
But you not only build frame-off motorcycles to anybody's style that they would like.
Right.
The engines all the way down to the artwork. You do your own murals.
Yeah.
This is some of your artwork right here?
Yeah, that's some of my artwork, yeah.
and you just keep on going. There's no stop.
There's no stopping now, Joe. Just gotta keep on going.
And this is going to be your latest creation right now.
Yeah, I'm doing a portrait for someone that's in the club. So they asked me to do it, so I'm more than happy to do it. You know.
Where do you see Viclasos going from here?
You know, I like the way it's going right now. Shout out to honestly to Harley Davidson for sponsoring us now, right? They see where Viclasos is at. They see the Vicla culture growing, and they're a part of it now, right? So hopefully, what I'm expecting is that Viclasos already is worldwide, but I want it to be at a bigger scale, right? And in the same magnitude as legendary shows like yourself, Joe, and whatnot. I think honestly, the sky's the limit with these bikes, and it's important that we keep together a unity as a culture, as a people, to continue, growing.
There's always someone behind you that supports you. You've gone through the whole road of blood, sweat, and tears, all the sacrifices just to get here, decades. But there's always been there someone for you in case you have to lean back. And before you take a fall, they're right there with you. Besides all the friends and all the clubs and your customers, who gets that credit?
Who gives that credit? Family, family is very important, having a good partner in life, and being motivated to do this day in and day out, coming up with different designs, and most importantly, the culture. I love it. I love my culture. I love my roots, and I think that's what makes the difference between my builds and everybody else's.
When I first met you not too long ago, we discussed the low riding culture and the motorcycle culture, Viclasos, right?
Right.
When I was at another job a long time ago before it closed, bikes were in it. When you put big wheel cars, sometimes there were complaints.
Right.
But as soon as the motorcycles in that style went into it, nothing but positive comments, never bothered anybody. And then from there on, we've seen how it grew. There's no more magazine. That all ended 3 years ago. Like I said, they closed up all of the brands. But what keeps it going on today? So when you go to events, and one of the things is, one of the points you made to me one time is, and I want to get that from you, is what is it though, in your perspective, that helps it grow right now?
In my perspective?
Yes.
I think we're in a time right now where obviously a lot of things have changed for us as a people, as a culture. And I think that preserving this culture is very important to a lot of us, right? And I think that's what keeps the growth going, in this moment in time that we're in right now. There was a lot of struggles in the 70s, where, they expected us to just act a certain way and be a certain way, right? And we just can't, it's not a part of our culture or our person, right? We got to celebrate who we are. Sometimes we're a little bit loud, but whatnot, but it's important for us to preserve this. And I think right now in this moment in time, our youth and our people, want to showcase that. We're not embarrassed anymore. We want the whole world to see it, and the world sees it, right? They copy everything that we do.
The bikes today continue to grow, and they become more modified, more artistic, engraving, chrome, murals, the change of frames, the welding, you name it. The judges can't even at Lowrider shows, the judges can't even keep up with it.
Yes.
But one idea that you made, that you told me that would change things and help, is to stop putting the bikes, a couple over here, 2 down at the end of the show, 3 up here in front. You wanted to see all the bikes in their own area.
Right.
And I looked at that and said, well, I don't want exactly the entire bike crowd hanging out in one area and then the lowriders in the other area. And then I thought about it. I go, well, this has been going on now for about 15 years now. So what is the difference? I mean, everybody flies their car club plaques. We're all one now, so what would be the difference? So I thought about it and thought about it, and I thought, well, you know, you get 40, 50, 60 bikes at a time, and they're all secluded. They're all spread out all over the place. And we don't do that with the bicycles. I mean, the bicycles, we try to keep them all together. And I thought about it and thought about it, and I know you had a lot of pride behind that statement, and you told me you'll get more bikes and more support, Joe. It's not like we're alienating you. Bring us together. And I thought, well, you know what? We have to do that. And I've done that at the last event, and I saw the change, and we're going to see a bigger change at this event. But I thought that was in order for everything to grow. Yes. It is. It's the same identity. We're all the same. It's just a little bit different style is all it is.
Yeah, and I thank you,
Two
Joe.
wheels, four wheels, you know.
I thank you, Joe. You know, honestly, you know, Joe was one of the few people that I spoke to, and I spoke to a lot, that actually took the time to consider that and said, okay, yeah, let's do it. You know, that's why I'm a part of, you know, this show, Original Lowrider, because I'm looking forward to the future, right, of seeing the communities come together and representing the lowrider culture correctly, right? And you know, we're not that different, you know, we're really not, you know.
But we're real.
But we're real.
We paid our dues. So that's what I'm trying to say. You got to keep it real, because then there's no traditions. So there's really no difference between original lowrider and original Viclasos if you've been there and you protect. Not the brand, you protect our way of life.
And let's keep it real. We're all lowriders, right?
Yep.
Let's keep it real.
All right, everybody. Malo here. The Viclasos exhibit, LA Convention Center, April 27th, 28th. That's on a Saturday and Sunday, 2-day event just to get all the vehicles in there. The motorcycles, the Viclasos are going to have all one section to themselves. And this man, with all the bikes that we've seen at his shop, is going to have a display on its own, an exhibit on its own, displayed in Dia de los Muertos. Looking forward to seeing you there.
That's right, Joe. Hey, make sure you guys register your Viclas and come on down to the LA Convention Center, 2-day show, Original Lowrider, the only real LA show in LA, you know, and I wouldn't be supporting this show if I didn't feel that this was the place to be at, and the respect that we're getting from Original Lowrider is amazing. And you guys don't want to miss this. You got luchadores, you got RCs, you know, you got folklorico. I think you're gonna have a competition, right? A band competition. I heard.
We're gonna have the little RC cars are gonna compete. They're gonna have their own car show within a car show, a hopping contest. I mean, the luchadores are gonna be there, all inclusive, all one, Delphonics, Mary Jane girls. But at the end of the day, Viclasos and lowriders, all one huge family.
You guys don't want to miss it. Come on down.
All right, everybody.